Coming to you from Strings and Things Studio in Ventura, California, I'm Anne.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Karin.
And this is the Strings Unraveled podcast.
Yes, it is. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's okay. I'm pretty happy. It's hot here today.
Yeah, apparently it's summer in Southern California. I was going to say, if you hear children laughing or background noise, it's because my bedroom window is open because it was like 85 here today.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, I was enjoying it, but...
that's why I'm going to be getting your heat. That's why it's going to be 83 in the next couple days.
It's moving
Winter's
your way.
over.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be 60.
Yeah, it was warm for like a
yeah,
day.
because your heat's coming my way.
I guess so.
It has been nice all week, though.
Yeah, it's been... This last week was very beautiful.
It was. And we had a gorgeous sunset tonight. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like hot pink and purple.
I did see parts.
Pretty.
Yes, last night I treated myself to dinner at Tasty China, which is kind of east end of Ventura. And I was like, it'll be easy. I'll order online. It says it's going to be ready at 5:29. I had to be at the studio at 6. Perfect. And they were on time. But I don't know if you guys have ever, or in your memory, ever driven from the east end down Telephone as the sun is setting.
Yeah.
It is downright dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. I am glad
Especially
that I
on the
drive.
126,
When I leave Super Buzzy at 5, it's like in my rearview mirror at about 5:15. It's like, I'm glad I'm not driving that direction.
Yeah. I should have gotten on the 126 for reals.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful when I could see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's to describe it for those listening, like, have you ever seen pictures of how Manhattan becomes like Manhattan Henge?
Yeah.
On certain times in the spring where the sun lines up perfectly because it's a perfectly north, south, east, west grid.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you should look for pictures. They're pretty cool. And that's what Telephone was like.
Yeah, it gets pretty sunshiny that time of day.
Mm-hmm. But next week, same time next week, it'll look like it's about 4:00 since we have spring forward and we'll be hitting light.
Oh, I forgot about that. Every year it sneaks up on me.
Well, my son's been talking about it for like 2 weeks, so I keep thinking it's like now. Daylight savings time begins this coming weekend.
Oh,
great!
Yeah, ray of sunshine right here.
Great. Like I don't have enough to be angry about
why
these
we
days.
still have that. Still don't understand the point of daylight savings. We voted against it. Why are they keeping it around?
Don't make me start.
We have this conversation every 6 months on this podcast.
Every year.
I had somebody who had like a pretty good understanding of it, but she still missed. But it's that we voted to have a vote if there were ever a vote.
Yeah.
That we would
wouldn't waste the taxpayer dollars.
But yeah. If he's getting rid of pennies, which is actually a smart thing to do.
That I'm fine with.
He could do this one other smart thing, and I don't care which side it ends up on. But let's stop.
Same.
And then he'll have done 2 smart things in his whole life.
Imagine that.
Whew. It is a little beyond me imagining. Sorry for the fairy tales.
Ay, caramba. Well, let's talk about knitting. That's more fun.
Yeah. Yarn is good.
And crocheting. And sewing. And all the things. Who wants
Let's
to start?
talk about the yarn in our hands.
Yes. Okay. Karin, what are you working on?
I appreciate that you always pick Karin to start. Always.
I think one time recently I chose you.
Okay.
I want credit for spreading it around.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm working with something that has probably the lighting you can't tell. This is much more pink.
Hobie? No, it's not. It's
this is Hedgehog Fibers Tweety, and you can't tell, but it's got these little.
That color.
The pink?
No, I have
Yeah,
that color
see?
in my stash. I have the pink and the
Isn't it
orchid
pretty?
color.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm mixing it with the Tweety and Fua Fua
Ooh, it's so pretty. The same kind of pink Easter egg neon
and
colors.
Lola Bean.
Oh, that's so cute.
Karen,
Beautiful. So I'm doing it.
I hate to remind you this is an audio platform, so can you describe your colors and not just say look at the
Oh,
colors?
okay.
I mean, we're enjoying
I
it,
love the
but
pink. It's beautiful, but maybe, for the folks
yeah.
at home.
Okay. So I'm doing a test knit for a newer designer. And I'm in good company because there's other designers like myself who are also test knitting as a support. It's a top-down sweater, like bulky weight sweater on size 15s. So I started Monday. How many days ago was that? I finished the
So about
body and
4.
I'm doing the cuff of the first sleeve.
All right.
What size needles are
Look
you
up
on?
15s.
Woo!
Oh, I love the like cabley looking detail.
That's
What
Yeah,
very
is
it's
pretty.
called
that?
the dandelion stitch, and when you're
Uh,
working it, you're just going to go down 2 rows and pull up a loop, knit
mhm,
3, go down the same hole and pull up a loop, and then it's like a 4-row repeat where you'll slip them on the way back, and then you'll knit them together with a coordinating stitch. It's a brief increase just as a textural detail. I'll definitely take a
mhm,
picture of that. But so it's on 15s. It's got an Italian bind off, which is kind of
mm,
like grafting, but only having to have one needle. So I'm all a
yeah.
fan of that. Um, so going back to the yarn, so I have these variations of pink and beige with lots of speckles. So I've got a pink, it's kind of like a pale dusty rose, but with bits of tweed. Like what do they call the little bits, little short bits of yarn they get
Tweet.
incorporated in the tweed? Yep,
Lubs, something like that. Lubs,
something like
flubs,
that.
slubs. They're
Flub,
called
flub,
flubs. Yeah,
flub. It's
flub.
got flubs in it. Sometimes the flubs are loose and they just pull right out. So I think if this was on a smaller needle, like so, I have 3 fingering weights together to make this bulky yarn,
It's
because
gorgeous.
I already had the Tweety for something else, and I already had the Fua Fua for something else, so I'm repurposing stuff. The Fua Fua is this like Surrey alpaca fluff that, and this one is like cotton candy pink with pops with speckles of neon yellow and purple and like pale blue.
Mm,
It doesn't really come through this. And then because the two of them together were not going to be thick enough, even with the fluff, it's still not quite thick enough. I needed one more fingering weight. And so this colorway by Lola Bean Yarn Company, this is Bean Sprout, I think. And this is called refried beans. And it's like a pale yellow natural color with much more pops and flecks of deep purple, bright pink, more of the neon yellow and blue and red, and it's just got lots and lots of stuff. So the 3 of them together are really playing well because even though they have a different base, they all have pink in common and they all have similar pops of color.
right, but you're
So
getting like a lot of depth of color in that.
yeah, the fluff is minimized because it's just 1/3 of the 3 colors, but it's top down. Really like you start and you do the back to the armhole, and then you pick up stitches along the shoulder ridge, which is sloped, to do the front pieces.
I like that.
So
That's kind of the shape of the traveler cardigan that I'm working on,
mm,
and I really
so
like
I
that shape.
But I was just commenting because I started the sleeve like last night, and then I'm almost done. I'm doing the cuffs now
Hmm.
because it's a drop shoulder, oversized. It's got like 12 inches of ease, 10 to 12 inches of ease, cropped, which I don't mind. It's kind of like an oversized bolero. Think of it like that kind of
Hmm.
thing. But it's very, very lightweight because of the three yarns that I have together. So even though it's bulky, it's not heavy. And um, yeah, so that I'm doing, and it's like I was saying, I'm not on Sleeve Island long enough to even get a sandwich before I'm done and ready to get another sleeve. So it has more of like a V-neck, and then the button bands. Oh, I gotta show you the button. I'll take pictures of the buttons, but these are so cool. Oh darn it, where'd it go? Okay, so this is from a company called Holland Hoof Farm Store. Look at these buttons.
Oh, those are very cute.
And I have, and then I have one that's like a quilty.
Are they ceramic?
So yeah, they're ceramic, but
Cute.
they're look how pretty those are. So they have all of these. My yarn. Look how perfect that is.
Yep. So they're like a little daisy shape, kind of.
Yeah, and they're like cream in the center, and then the floral, kind of. Think of it like a quilted hexagon kind of shape. But with the outer parts are the pink and mustard. Some are pink, some are mustard, some are teal. So they're picking up some of the essences of this one. Now, when I got the hedgehog, there wasn't enough to be able to do the whole thing, possibly. So I supplemented for. Oh, I should probably do that now. Oh, dang, why am I doing the cuffs if I think I also have this color?
Ooh, that's gonna look so cute.
So I realized I gotta stop doing the cuffs because I'm doing the cuffs with the pink.
And what is that?
Adorable.
And this is also hedgehog, but this is like a mustard. Look at that! Look at the pop
Very
of that.
pretty. I love them. The little
cool?
Tweety bits.
Yeah, and that's what's called Tweety.
Cute.
So that's what's on my needles right now. I've got a few other things. That's the only thing I'm obsessed with right now. So
that's
well,
very
you can
fun.
share the other things. We share them all if you want to.
I didn't bring it in here
She's not prepared
for that today.
So you appear to be monogamous right now.
She's just trying to make us look bad, Anne.
No.
I thought she had startitis. Oh, but it's with books. Your startitis.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so fine. I'm doing. Have you guys ever seen? I'm doing a crochet project called Wallflowers. It's a ginormous blanket, and let me see if I've got the paperwork for that. Oh, okay. I'll have to. I pull it up on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now. Hold on. It's all of these little crocheted hexagons, and it takes about 16 colors. It's something you take the whole year to do. The teacher is in the UK, and she gives us updates twice a week for 9 months. She has a video with everything. In fact, the first 3 weeks we didn't have the pattern yet because we had to pick yarn inspiration. Let me see if I can find the picture. We have coloring sheets of it. Right, so I'm making these. It's all like wallflowers. They're all these flower shapes. Like right now, we're working on the garland, which goes around. But this doesn't really show it. At least I can pull it up on my laptop and then flip my phone around so you can see that.
Right.
So
is it on
talk amongst
Ravelry?
yourselves.
Was it on Ravelry?
Yeah, we can look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's from the Mercery. Sue Maton, the Mercery.
I say it sounded like her because isn't one of our knitters? She wants to do one of her classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I did sign up like months ago.
Ooh.
Isn't that pretty? So I have.
Is the finished shape kind of round? No, it squares off.
No, it squares off. Yeah, it rectangles, and
that's like an art piece. That's beautiful.
It really is like an art piece, and she approaches it like that. Like you use colored pencils and watercolor paints, and you study pictures of still life florals that inspire you, or you go out. She has this really cool app. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Kaleidoscope. It's for your camera, and when you have the app on, it uses your camera. You go around your house or your yard, and it pulls things into this kaleidoscope, and you see colors and shapes in a way that you just don't. Your eye doesn't recognize.
That's cool.
It's a fun app to play with. It's called Kaleidoscope. So those are the main things. I think I already talk about the hyper focus towel that I was working on at Diz Mosaic.
I think you talked about it
It
in
sounds familiar.
in the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah, you know what? I won't show that right now because I did get my regular yarn for that. I can really show the yarn
Yeah.
because I do have pictures otherwise. So I'm doing it out of Wonder Fluff ombre, and this one I'm mixing this color, these two colors.
What are they?
This is like a deep, almost blackish green. It's one ombre is a bulk. They say Knit Picks calls this bulky, but there's nothing bulky about it. Knit or crochet, it always gauges like a worsted weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one colorway. It's called Mountain Fern Heather, and that one is almost like a blackish green that goes to like a pale, like to a lighter, like lichen moss color. And then the other one is called Green Tea Heather, and it goes from this yellowy green to an almost whitish, just
Oh, that
pale,
looks
pale.
tasty.
hmm
Like
So
a
these
like a
two,
nice matcha.
lab green tea. There you go. So these two together form are this crochet mosaic cowl. It's
What
a
was the
like
name
a
of it again?
the cowl is called Hyper Focus Cowl. It'll come out next month.
Okay, it's not on Ravelry yet.
It's not on Ravelry yet because I'm doing two tests. I'm doing a test for one gal and a test for another gal. This one is from Natalie Thomas of Detroit Knots.
Mm, cute.
So look for Detroit Knots. It's this long arrow shape type of round cowl, but you twist it and it becomes like a double
Oh,
layer
I
on top.
remember you showing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I have the my sample yarn that I played with it, but the ombre is coming out really really nice because they each get lighter as you go. It's just a very subtle ombre. Anyway,
Those are fun. Katie, what are you working
Oh,
on?
it's me. Um,
Yeah.
hold on, let me find my notes. What am I working on? I am working on a Musselburg.
Nice.
Hold on, let me get my phone's flashlight so that you can actually see anything that I'm going to talk about. Okay, this is my color wheel
oh,
Musselburg.
I love it.
So it starts at blue and you got all the little stripes, and then I'm doing the section in the center gray for like 6 inches or so that both brims
Mm-hmm.
on both sides will be gray, and then the rest of the color wheel will go like green to pink to orange for the second half.
Cute.
Oh, those
So
colors are pretty.
that would be,
What yarn is that?
this is that what is it called?
Hold on.
I
Right. Gauge dye work.
Yes, that's it.
Is that
Thank
yes.
you.
one of ours? Yeah. Okay.
This is Gauge Dye Works color
Um.
wheel with gray, because they also have one with like cyan,
Gorgeous.
but that's the,
I love it.
yeah. And I
And
measured
she
out,
like makes all those stripes that are great for this
yes,
project.
I knit the top section to where the pattern said, and then I made note of how many stripes it was, and then I measured out the
hmm
stripes that I wanted for the second half so that I can plan where it's going to begin and end. So it should start with
Perfect.
green and end with this like orangey, pinky
I
coral
love
color
it.
at the top. So that's what I am working on. This is my like, I don't want to think about anything kind of project, which I
Yep.
seemingly am
Perfect.
picking up a lot recently.
I wonder
And
why.
what else? I don't know if I talked about this last time or not, but I started halibut, the halibut cardigan.
All right. I don't think you
What a
did.
great name. You doing
By
it just for the halibut?
Boyland Knitworks. I'm not very far, but there's the beginnings of my little fishies.
Ooh.
And it
Oh,
is
cute!
yarn that.
So what are your colors?
Well, so the Musselburgh I'm knitting with yarn that Karin gave me. This I'm knitting, I believe, with yarn that you gave me, Anne. This
All
is
right, cool. Oh
Noro
yeah, that's the Noro. Yeah.
Hanui. That's the name of it. Um,
Uh-huh.
and it's like a chocolatey brown color. And
Yeah.
I only had
What a
one
great
skein of it,
color.
but I need, I think, 3 of these giant balls for the whole sweater. So I did some emailing around to various yarn shops that had it, and I was like begging people for the same dye lot. And shout out to, I'm gonna have to use my phone so that I can remember her name, but a yarn shop.
You had a knitting miracle happen?
I did back east. I called her and she was like, I only have one that says lot A, but I have a sample ball from my distributor that says sample, but I'm pretty sure it's lot A. It looks exactly the same. I can send you that one if you want. And I was like, if you would put it in your sweater, I trust you. So
Oh,
I will look
that's
up
so exciting.
I will look up their name. But I'm using that with this
Ooh, a marled one.
this is Knit Picks Simply Wool Arin,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and it's like a cream and like a really light kind of taupe kind of color. And this is the yarn I used for another sweater by Jacqueline Cieslak, Ursa. This was the yarn I used for Ursa.
Mm. Oh.
So those are the two together in my little fishy sweater, and it is
I love
a
it.
steeked cardigan. So there's my steek.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
excited. And I'm on like size
You have
9
to
needles or something, so
You gotta come over and cut that in front of me, yeah?
yeah, sure. I think I'm going to do a needle felted steek because it's all 100% wool. So
Ooh.
I think I'm just going to
Ah.
stab at my steek and then cut it open, and that's going to be the end of it.
Yes. Oh, that's exciting.
I know, I am excited. I haven't touched this
I have not seen one of those.
I haven't touched this in a couple of weeks, honestly, just because I haven't felt like counting. So
Mm-hmm.
I am still very excited about it, and I do love that sweater, but I just haven't had the capacity or the time to work on something that, I had to think really hard about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked up a sweater that I had not worked on in a while, and it's the stripy sweater that I'm doing with those Knit Picks mini skeins.
Yes.
So this is the back of my stripy sweater.
Oh, yeah.
And then I already have the front finished. So when I put it down, the front was already done. So there's my front.
Oh, those stripes are gorgeous.
Are the stripes going to match up, or do they? Because it isn't something about that one they match.
They are going to match. Front and back are going to match, and then the sleeves are going to be
the raglan
different.
style?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
The
that's a very cool pattern.
The pattern's called
Are the
Gartrell.
sleeves going to be solid?
No, they're going to be striped too. They're just going to be different colors because the yarn only
gotcha.
has enough yardage for the front and back, but not enough for the sleeves to match. So I've already plotted out the color stripe sequence for the sleeves, but I have to finish the back first before I can do that. So, yeah, the pattern's called Gartrell. It is by Tanis Fiber Arts. Is that her name?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the couple of things that I am actively working on. Mostly my Musselburgh. I have been knitting on my stripy sweater at Drop-In. But yeah, I kind of have like an at-home and an on-the-go project, and that has been those 2 projects. And then someday I'll work on my halibut sweater again because I do really like it. I'm just, paused.
Well, what's important is that it's actively still in your brain.
Yes, and I have been carrying it with
brain.
me, thinking that I will work on it. I just haven't done it yet. I
wonder if it's sort of like a chore. I mean, it's not a chore, but like, when you like start a chore that you don't think you're in the mood for, and then you just like power through it.
Oh, I'm sure it's like that. Once I get it in my hands, it'll be like, oh yeah, why did I stop?
Yeah, you'll be back on the drug of stranded knitting.
Yes, I'm gonna see if I can look up who I bought this yarn from. Her name was Ellen from Crazy for You is the name of her shop. And they are located in Leonardtown, Maryland. So shout out to Ellen. Thank you for your help in finding two more, maybe 3 more skeins of this yarn. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
How do you spell
She's the
you?
best.
Like
Is it YOU? Oh, it is crazy for like Anne thought. Crazy for you in Maryland.
What are you working on, Anne?
Wait, we need a question. We need an answer about how they spell you.
Oh, EWE.
No,
like
she said so.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What am I working on? Well, I am doing. This is where to begin? Okay, I'm working on. I have my Musselbergs, my fingering weight Musselbergs.
Oh, look at that.
It looks so long, right?
Yeah.
And this one looks so long too. 5 more inches before the decreases.
Yeah. What yarn are those?
They both they are both hobby yarns, silly sock.
How do you like it?
It is not that soft. It would be a great sock.
Yeah.
But it is nice for this purpose too. And the colors are very fun. I think this is like I have one that's purple, teal, springy green, pink, coral, and then like a white with black speckles.
That's
so to
really
me,
cute.
this part that's white speckle and the coral and pink look like either, sometimes it makes me think of dragon fruit, and then because it's close to the green, sometimes it makes me think of watermelons.
It's very Lisa Frank.
Probably a better descriptor. Yeah,
I love it.
And then the other one I think is from their regular silly sock colorways, and it's just like a rainbow that blends together. You can't go wrong with a rainbow.
You can't beat it.
Nope.
Which leads me to my next thing.
Okay.
Mirabella's birthday is coming.
Yes.
And you guys help me decide my crocheter's block about which color I should start my rainbow at.
Yep.
So I want to finish my Ribbon Canyon for her in time for her birthday, which I'm totally like very on track for right now. Knock on wood. So I did start with the red. So the red will be the outer edge, and I'm going, Roy G. Biv. But that only gives me, with 2 of each of those, it gives me 14 of the 15 needed rows. So I'm doing a fluffy white as the last one that'll touch the purple.
Like a little cloud.
To look like clouds.
Very cute.
Yeah. So she hasn't caught me working on it yet.
Nice.
I started on Saturday, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on track. I'm trying to do one whole row a day.
Yeah. The long rows.
And I had it in my head that it takes. Yeah. I had it in my head it takes 3 hours to do a row, and I think that's if I'm lightly distracted. If I'm focused, it takes more like 2.
Okay.
Then it's time to replenish Kevin's gift box in his classroom that he stores in this supply closet in a box that says baby parts, because he likes to upset the middle schoolers as like a mad scientist. So this is stuff from the stash exchange on the last day that sort of went together.
Cute.
And I'm just doing a corner to corner. So I started with this multi that's like teal, purple, royal blue, and black and green. And then a plain blue, and then this, I think it's like marble chunky. It's not marble chunky, but it's, the worsted weight of marble.
Yeah.
It's like purples and blues.
Looks like an encore-ish.
Cute.
It could be color spun by Encore, but I'm pretty sure it's the marble. I can't think. There's like
James Brett.
Like a guy's. Yeah, that James Brett marble. Okay, those are my crochet things. What else am I working on? Okay, so I'm working on this sweater. It's leftover yarn. It's some Malabrigo I bought at the end of 2023 for my New Year's 2024 cast on. It's Malabrigo Royal called Anemone, sea anemone. So it's like their natural base with, I love this. Natural base with yellow and Ravelry red and a hot pink and Matisse blue.
Very fun.
Black and yellow, all kinds of colors, but it reads mostly as like a corally pink on white. And so I had one skein and 4 ounces left from another sweater, and so I'm like, I'm not going to return it, so I need to buy more yarn to start another sweater.
Yep, that's how it works.
So
that's how it goes.
So I bought this kind of kooky self-striping yarn that's a Gadifra yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the squeaky chair. I'm looking for my bag that has an unused one in it. uh, Gedifra Creativo.
Okay.
And it's a self-striping
Ooh, look at
that
that.
reads like pretty strongly as red. It's almost like it almost is like a boucle, or
Yeah.
like a core spun something.
It's got a lot of
Here's
texture
a
to
little
it.
closer look.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Look,
And it
look,
mostly,
that's some nice texture.
yeah, it mostly reads red and black, but then like there's a yellow and a teal and a blue that and a pink that come through. Um, so I'm taking another sweater, Missoni
Yep.
Accomplished, which is the zigzag sweater I started last January 2024. And I'm just using the shaping. I'm not doing the zigzag. I'm just doing stripes with them.
Cute.
Got it.
And so
That's crazy. I
it's
love it.
fun. It's a little fun. Yeah. And but they look great together before you start knitting them. They look
They
like
really do.
they should be friends.
Yeah.
And they are being pretty friendly in the sweater. Um, just scanning. Is there really anything else that I'm working on? Okay, so I have something to show you that's going to look like it's a finished sweater, but it's not.
Okay.
So I've shown it to you already, was what I'm working on, which is a traveler cardigan.
I
So I've
see
got
two
two
sleeves and a
sleeves. They're
body.
all bound off.
Ooh.
Yep, it looks like a finished cardigan, right?
Okay.
So I had stash from like the very first stash exchange. It's this very interesting, also a boucle. Filatura de Croce, is that company?
That looks like it. Yeah.
I think it's DeCrosa.
De Croce. Yeah, Filatura de
Something.
Croce. So probably a pretty expensive yarn. I think there are some some stickers on this that it's called Metello. I think it was like $11 a ball, and it's already like 7 years old from the stash, so it's probably like a pretty been around for a while yarn.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think you could tell by the copyright of the yarn company, but I don't see that on here. So none of that to indicate when. Anyway, if this was your yarn from the stash exchange that we first did, you know how old this yarn is, but I won't make you admit it.
It's none of our
I
business,
had
Anne.
right 600-ish yards of this in the blue, and then there was one ball of black, 1175. That's what this cost. So I had 600-ish yards of this blue, and the sweater called for 1200. Well, I got this Woolies fluffy yarn. I don't remember what it's called now, but I think it might even be like a limited edition because Michaels doesn't have anymore, or they haven't restocked it yet. So it's this fluffy Woolies, and here I'm getting a ball band of that. Woolies Air. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's almost like an acrylic mohair, bulky mohair sort of, but it's acrylic,
very
mostly.
fluffy.
Little bit of 13% wool, 13% polyester, which must probably the core is polyester.
Yeah.
It's been working out great. I think it's a more interesting sweater by striping it because you can see a lot of the cool details. It has they're calling it a tubular bind off, but it's the same as the Italian bind off. It's like grafting only on one needle. But you can't see any of that. You can't see any of that in this, so I just did Jenny's Surprising Stretchy bind off. Okay, why is this not a finished object?
Tell us.
It is
neckline.
Because nope, neckline is also finished. No. So I was belly aching that I thought I had more yarn left over than I do. But I was belly aching that it's like, it seems like I'm going to have almost the same amount of yarn left over as what I put in to augment it. It turns out not. I don't. But Kevin, in his wise wisdom, says something I rejected right out of the bat. Why don't you make it longer?
Okay.
The reason I rejected that is because I had only for the sake that I had already bound off the bottom hem. But why don't I make it longer?
Right, you got the yarn
I'm
for
going
it.
to
What
make
else
it
are you going to use
longer.
it for?
Yes, I'm going to make it longer. I actually will probably only have a ball and a half with just like 150 yards of um the filatura metallo. And it'll be more like it's more like the sweater length I wear to the office. So it'll actually be like way more usable. This is kind of like a bomber jacket length, and this style just isn't that like it looks too schlumpy to me to be in the office and be this short. Sorry, I can't back up too much. But if it were like 4 inches longer, then I will wear it like the sweater coats that I wear to work.
Yeah, if you know
I
you're
can
going to
see
get more
that.
use out of
Yeah.
it.
This is not a finished object, even though it has all of the appearances.
It's
And what's
close.
great is the buttons I chose. They only need 5. I ended up with like 10.
Hey, there
So
you
making
go.
it longer is
Oh, you
not going
got
to hurt me
plenty.
on the buttons even.
Yeah.
So it's not finished. Even though by every appearance it looks like
Womp
it's a
womp.
finished sweater. Yep.
You're making the right decision.
Yeah, no, I'm happy about it actually. Just bummed that I don't have one more in the finished category.
That's fair. We're not keeping
And I
count.
didn't. Mm-mm-mm.
What did I
Um,
finish?
so those are the things I'm working on.
Cool.
Yep. Karin, what have you finished?
I'm thinking, did I show you the hats that I finished last time?
Mm-mm. Did you
Someone
finish
else?
some potatoes?
No, not potatoes. I don't know why. I'm doing a worsted weight, and but I think the gauge that I'm doing the worsted weight on is too thick, so it's taking me forever to be motivated. I just don't I'm not motivated to keep going. In fact, I repurposed some of that yarn. But let me go
Okay.
because I'm like, well, because I
But you're
bought
gonna finish your
yarn.
potato.
I bought yeah, I will finish mine someday, but I'm just not it's not exciting to me right now. So I put it on the timeout shelf and I've
That's
repurposed
okay.
the other yarn. But let me go grab them. Someone else talk.
Well, how about you, Katie? What have you finished?
Oh, what have I
Or we
finished?
can wait for Karin.
No, I can talk about one of my things at least.
Oh man.
I can hear Karin lamenting.
Sorry. Because
I
one of them I wanted to show is not here, so never mind. I can show one.
well, show us one.
Okay. You sure I didn't show you this?
I don't know.
No, that's so cute.
So this
Is
is
it what is it? Mecha?
no, it is Malabrigo. Let me look it up real quick. But it's a single ply, bulky weight. It's actually one. It's 3 colors. I've got the cream color, the yellow color, and then this other one sort of fades. The way it pools, it's kind of like a dark taupe to a gray.
Is that
You can see
Plomo?
on the top how it goes. Huh?
Is that Plomo, the color?
Might
Oh,
be.
that's a good guess.
Might be.
Yeah.
Maybe I remember. Hold on. Let me just look up my. I I wanted to keep track of my when I'm tracking yarn purchases. So I finally made a sub tab on my laptop for that kind of thing. Actually, let me just look up Malabrigo.
Do you know the name of the pattern?
I told you I'm not prepared. Hold on, I will look it up in a moment. Let's see. Can't seem to do launcher. Oh,
So
here's a
the exciting
laptop.
thing about that I persuaded myself that I would restart the body of this sweater traveler cardigan, is that I now know exactly how much yardage the ribbing takes. So I am willing to, since
That's true.
that brain itch is done, I'm willing to rip back and set it aside as a happy little ball for the ribbing.
Okay, so I can
That's
go
nice.
to my library.
It's a
Look at
very
my
cute.
hat. Sorry it's taking so long.
That's okay. It's a cute hat.
It is a very cute hat, and it is called Grand Portage. It's a pattern that has a hat and mitts. Because I was thinking, I don't have mitts, and it's a high of 20, but feels like 8 kind of day. I never got to the mitts, though I do have the yarn for it. Um,
I
it was
love that
one
you
of
started
those.
with the hat.
Yeah, I need mitts.
Well,
I'm gonna
because
knit a
that's the
hat
part.
first.
Okay, the only thing is, it doesn't quite cover my ears, and even if I should have known, because when you look at the picture that uh on the guy, it looks pretty shallow. Like it looks like they really stretched to get it. So I and it's a bottom up. So
Have you blocked it yet?
no, I have not yet. I could take just the crown out and do some more. It's got this
That's true.
chevron kind of look.
Come
So
on,
I
everybody's
mean,
ripping. Everybody's frogging.
everyone's
Let's do it.
ripping,
I'm not.
frogging. So
Oh,
it
I hope
called
I didn't like.
for.
You jinxed me.
Uh, I know. I hope I didn't jinx you. Sorry.
Okay, Malabrigo Mal. Okay, here it is. One of them is Rios. No, that's not right. I'm a liar. No, no, that
One
was
of
a
them is
different.
not Rios. There is no
One
Rios
of
in that
no,
single
it
ply
is.
hat.
It is no. It's a Malabrigo. Not that one. What year is that?
You
Doggone it.
keep looking. And Katie, tell me what you finished.
Let me see here. What have I finished? I finished a couple of things.
Yeah.
I finished. I saw this reel on Instagram about like making scrappy crocheted hats with all your little leftover bits and pieces of yarn, and so
Oh, I
I
love it.
wound up a
Oh, that
magic
sounds
knot
awesome.
ball of yarn, and I had
Hmm.
this grand scheme to like make a bunch of these hats. I made one that ended up looking like it was for a clown, and it was very ugly.
Oh no.
I did not plan my colors very well. So that one went into a donation bin. And then this one, I planned my colors a little bit better.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, I love those.
And
You could wear that with your sweater.
I could, except that I was showing this to James and he said, "Can I have it?" And I was like, "Here you go." So this is James's hat that I stole.
No, he can wear it and you wear your sweater and it will look even cuter.
I will steal it back from him. But yeah, it's just a side to side beanie. It's just half double crochet through the back loop, and then once it was the right length, I just cinched up the top and called it a hat. And so I made 2 of these. I still currently have one because the other one was too ugly. And then I think I talked about the sweater I was crocheting in Noro, the Tayo.
Yes.
So I finished
Yeah.
that.
You were like, finish it before you go on your trip.
I finished it. So this is that. I'm holding it as far back as I can so that you can see it. But it is a very basic crochet V-neck pullover, drop sleeve. You know, nothing fancy about the pattern. I kind of used the Pembroke pullover by Rachel Miser, was sort of my jumping off point. But if it's it was a quick and dirty project. I have to redo the neckline because it's just a row of single crochet and it's kind of pulling in a weird way, so I need to take it out and add some stitches, and I want to make it a little bit wider. But I'm still counting it as finished, even though
It's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
it
it's a
is
sweater.
finished.
It's done.
Yeah. Have you worn it yet, or I didn't catch that?
No, I mean it's been like 80 degrees every day since I finished it, so I have not worn it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna give it a good.
Because there's been some chilly days still.
That's true. It needs a pretty good block. It's a little lumpy, so I'm gonna do a proper block on it. What else? Hold on, I need to look at my phone.
A whole sweater is a whole deal.
2 scrap hats. Oh, okay. And then I finished my first Musselburgh, my potato. So this is my first Musselburgh. It is in Fiber for the People. Is that the name of the yarn? I wrote it down. Fiber for the People merino single, held with a strand of their kid mohair silk, and the colorway for both of them is called Titanium, and it's kind of browns and teals, and there's a little bit of pink in it. It's hard to see, in this lighting, but this is my finished potato. And I love
Is
it.
it so soft?
It's very
Yeah.
soft. I just wish I had made it the length of the next size up because it fits, but it doesn't give me much of a brim to where it folded. It's a little shallow. Like if I wanted to fold up the brim, I only get like not very much.
A little bit.
Yeah.
No.
So for
It
my
is cute though.
yeah, and I like it. I would
But you
probably
could do a teeny weeny beanie.
and
Teeny weeny beanie.
and for the amount of mohair in this hat and 4 layers is going to be like the warmest hat I own. So I might just wear it slouchy and not fold it up because it's a lot of hat.
Someone said how the hat makes them so hot just trying it on and not brimming it.
Yeah.
And then I went home and told Kevin that the person had said that, and he's like, "Oh, kinda is."
Yeah. It's a warm hat.
Which I love to hear. Something I make him is too warm to wear, which means he will never use it.
I knit this first Musselburgh, the adult medium, and I'm doing the same size for my second one as far as stitch count, but I'm making it the length of the next size up. So,
yeah, I have found I like the adult large for fit best.
Yeah.
The second to the last size.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So a sweater and a couple hats. That's what I finished.
3 hats.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Did you figure out your hat stats, Karin?
No, because I think I purchased it in person, someplace local.
Well,
It
we'll
was
post a picture of it.
It is a Malabrigo. But yeah, I'll send you a picture. That's why I'm not finding. Oh no, that isn't the cream color. Oh wait! I think I figured it out. Hold on. I think it's birch. I'll figure it out. And when we take the picture.
Yeah.
It's a bulky, and one of them is like a cream with little speckles of chocolate brown and yellow. I don't know if you could see that really. Let's see if I can pull it really close. This one here, see, this one has speckles. And so this is the thing that unifies the 2 other colors.
Yeah, I love the way that zigzag's done. That they're sort of like radiating in the way it was made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Very cute.
I just like it. I like when it fully covers my ear, so that it's not. So it's because it's going to ride up on your head a little bit, and so if it doesn't, if I have to always pull it down, then I'm thinking of it, but not in a positive way.
Right.
It's pretty.
It would take you half an hour to take out the crown, add in half a dozen rows, and redo the decreases.
It's bulky. Mm-hmm. And I will say it was really quick. So Grand Portage takes super bulky yarn on 13s and 15s.
Nice. Very cute.
It's it is a little bit of stranding, but it's not too bad. There's the inside.
Nothing about stranding is bad.
No, people worry sometimes about the long strands, but when it's on my head, not my hands. But sometimes I don't worry so much about them being so long because when they nestle into each other. So yeah, depending on the pattern. So anyway, so this was Grand Portage. That's the one thing I did finish a crochet hat that was, but I don't have any pictures to show you. So
next time.
And I don't have the extra yarn. I repurpose stash, so that's always nice. That's
very virtuous. Like your whole sweater you're working on, full of virtue. It's all stash.
Well, once you purchase it, it's a stash, right? Some of this I did have to purchase.
That's usually how stash projects go. You have something you're working with, and then you have to. That's like what happened with my halibut sweater. I was like, oh, look at this yarn in my stash. Both of the colors came from my stash, and then I had to buy $60 worth of yarn to finish it, but it was worth it.
But you didn't have to buy $80, $90.
That's true.
To finish it.
Or $120 or more for a sweat. You did not have to buy a sweater's quantity.
Yeah,
nearly. But
that's what it's like. Okay, so I'm not going to return the $23 hank. Instead, I'm going to buy $40 more of yarn.
Yeah, that makes
to
perfect
finish
sense.
the sweater from the one extra ball from the other sweater.
Yeah, I get it.
That's knitter's math for you.
What'd you finish, Anne?
Okay.
Okay.
I finished. I'm kind of bummed because I finished this very cute headband from Mirabella that I kept meaning all week to ask her to give me for tonight, and then forgot. And when I went in her room, it was not going to be found. Not
Got
happening.
it.
But I did find this the thing I'm most excited that I finished this month.
What is that?
It's a snake bookmark.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Oh, cute.
Look at his little face.
His eyes
Oh
are
my
so
god,
cute.
that's so cute.
So she wanted a coral snake colorway, which is
Those short rows are adorable.
red on yellow, kill a fellow, red on black, okay Jack.
Sure.
The
Or
difference
Venom
between
Black.
a coral snake and a king snake.
Yep.
Or Venom Black, yeah. I had to look up the saying twice before I actually committed to my stripes. It's from a very cute crochet book called Bookies, Bookies. You can buy it on bookshop.org, or probably have your local bookstore order it for you. And this is she chose probably the best one, but also like the hardest one because most of the heads are not dimensional. Like they don't have two parts.
Yeah.
They're dimensional.
He's got a whole
but this
jaw
has like
and tongue.
a jaw. So that one took a little.
And his eyes are nice and buggy.
Yeah, they're. I think all the eyes are somewhat dimensional. There's like a few different eye styles. It was really quite fun to make. I made it like on a Sunday morning. It's a bit thick for a book, just using worsted weight. I don't think that's what they call for. I think it calls for like a sport weight. But I was using what I had.
He's very cute.
I had some big twist. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. The black has a little black metallic with it.
A little sparkle.
Yeah, so he's fancy. His tongue is shiny.
Cute.
So I'm very happy with that. It gave me a lot of pleasure to present her with her snake bookmark and the very cute
headband.
Valentine's Day headband. Because she said, Mom, I want you to whip up some new, because I made her some headkerchiefs, the pizza headband, and I haven't really felt inspired to do more of them recently, just because you know how inspiration works, right? And one day she was looking around for it and she's like, I need a new headband or hat by next Friday.
Okay.
So the following weekend, I don't usually respond well to that anyway, but the following weekend I made her this cute headband, and then Valentine's morning she gets up and she's on her way out and she's like, Mom, do you have any crazy hats or whatever? I'm like, I made you a Valentine's Day headband and you have not worn it. It's called Love Struck.
Oh,
how
it was
cute.
so
that's
and
cute.
Fun to make. The designer's screen name is Crochet Verse, and she's got so many cute things. And you might have seen her recently on Ravelry with the porch goose hat with accessories.
I saw that.
You guys seen this reel?
That was so funny.
The goose, it's a porch goose. It has its own hats.
Well, duh.
So here it is with a cowboy hat, and it has a little gumball it can carry in its beak, and a witch's hat, and a grape, and there's also like a lemon and a lime, a strawberry. So
the hat has a hat.
So she wore her hat for Harris, which is the variation on the pussy hat that's an American flag design. And she was told she couldn't wear it at school. And that is because the junior high she attends has a very strict beanie policy that it can only be like black, gray, or white or something like that. So that is why she had to take it off. So I showed her the porch goose and she's like, make that for me like tomorrow. Like I had like no time to make it for her. I'm like, that will come when I feel inspired. I definitely have the right acrylic
Halloween.
Yeah, I'll make it for her. Maybe it'll even be a birthday thing if I finish her blanket in time.
Hey,
But
Anne.
yeah,
Sorry. I was thinking that coral snake would make a really cute headband.
you could, yes.
If you made it a little bit bigger, it looked like it was like you could connect the tail to like
Yeah.
under the chin or something like these coils.
Wear it at the top of your
Like a
head.
little Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. I had to return the books to the library, and it's not in my budget to buy it yet. It's in my wish list on bookshop.org. Um, where was I going? Oh, so she's like, make me the goose, and then make it a beanie that follows the beanie
There you
rules.
go. And then everybody is in line.
So,
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it might come sooner than later. I have a feeling her teachers do not appreciate that hat coming to school. It's a bit
But it
distracting.
is a lot of hat.
Yes, but there'll probably be a spirit week coming up that she could wear it
Oh my
too.
gosh.
I just need a little more warning.
And I
It's,
bought a
it's got a
pattern
lot of
that made me. I bought a pattern on Ravelry that makes me think of you.
parts.
Have you heard of the library card vest? You
No.
gotta look it up. Look it up. Look it up. It's a white vest, but it has words across it like author, title, due date, borrower's name stranded
Oh, maybe
into
I
it.
did see that. I was imagining, like, have you guys seen the girl who made, oh, that's cute. It's like an old style checkout card.
Yeah,
That's cute.
a library
The,
card. I mean, not like the library card you get to check out
yeah,
books. The library card that goes in the book.
yeah. I
Old
imagined,
school.
have you guys seen the girl who
Card
made the
catalog.
shelf? The shelf, oh gosh, what was it called? The shelf skirt. And basically she made this skirt. She's the girl who like she makes these zipperless skirts that tie in front and then tie around the back. So and
Oh,
she
I
does
saw
all these
something
and
about
then
that.
super deep
Yeah.
pockets. So she decided to make one that could carry books and she did like 3 or 4 tiers. And as the skirt got bigger, there were more pockets for books.
Oh my gosh.
And she had to do like a huge waistband so that it could support, when she ties it, it could
Support
support the
all the
leg.
books.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh, fun.
I think you only need to carry like one book with you at a time, but I'm not
Yeah,
gonna rain on
you
the
don't
parade.
necessarily. Well, let's just think about it. If you had to escape with just your belongings, maybe you want to carry your library with you.
That's a really dark but reasonable thought.
I've been reading a lot
That's
of
a that's a
post-apocalyptic
fair
books,
point,
so
Karen. I'm I'm not be calm when the unthinkable happens.
well, thinking. I was just thinking about our book club book where she's traveling, and
Oh,
but we'll
no,
talk
no.
about that on book club.
I literally haven't started it, so
Blah blah blah. Nothing. I said nothing.
I mean I know it's a post-apocalypto. Um,
Oh, okay. I'll save it for book club. But I did get a graphic novel version of that.
ooh.
But it's not written by her. It's approved by the people who. But I did listen to and I'm reading the regular book. But
Save it for
yeah,
book
so
club.
this is
So we're
fun.
talking about the parable of the
But that's
sower
it.
or the
Yeah.
sower, which is free on Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Um,
Do you have
so
any other finishes?
I have more things that I finished, but we really went off on a different road there. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. I have finished Miss Sony accomplished.
Woo!
It is
You
accomplished.
accomplished
Woo!
It
it.
only
Look how
sat
pretty it
for
is.
like a year. And Katie,
Yeah.
you are credited with its finally being finished
Why?
because I knew that I needed to work the sleeves from the armhole to the cuff.
Yeah.
Because I want my stranding to all be pointing in the same direction.
Yeah.
But I really just wasn't in the mood to have a whole sweater dangling off my sleeve. So I think you had said
Oh
this.
yeah.
What if you do a provisional cast
Yeah.
on?
Did it work? I mean,
Yeah,
obviously it's gonna
like a
work,
dream.
but
Yeah,
nice.
and I used Judy's Magic Cast On in case anyone is
That's awesome.
wondering about that. Judy's Magic
I
Cast
love
On,
that.
grafted it on,
Woo.
and now it's done.
That's
It
awesome.
took,
Woohoo!
4 or 5 days because it's a 3/4 length sleeve,
Cute.
and it was perfect.
Oh, it's so
Super
pretty. I
cute.
And
love those colors.
I've worn it twice already.
It's awesome.
I have this 3-tiered skirt that are 3 different fabrics, and for this sweater really feeling quite me, I actually don't really feel like I have a lot of things that go with it. I have that Eric Carl dress that has butterflies on the skirt, and I wore that on Saturday, and it looked great with it. And then I have another skirt that has butterflies, polka dots, and then plaid. Those are the 3 tiers.
Hmm.
And I was wearing this very loud sweater, which is anemone, and then Paris Nights is the zigzag of the Missoni
Very
Accomplished.
cute.
Um, and I was doing laundry with Kevin and held up the skirt to this sweater. I was like, "Does this go?" And he looked at me like I was trying to throw him into a spiked pit.
Okay.
Like this, it wasn't a trap. I don't know why I asked you that. I never ask anyone that. So I just do it. So I wore that together yesterday, and it was very cute, and I was very happy all day.
Yay.
But that's a particular moment of more is more, and is good.
Yeah.
That
Ooh,
skirt with
look at
that
that one.
Okay, so I finished this multicolor potato.
That is
My
one funky
Musselburgh.
potato.
It's a good potato, I promise. And I'm very happy with it. So I did the squiggly stranding in black with a multicolor metallic thread going, and teal squiggles, and that is a chart from the Wave sweater. And then I have this like fabulous springy green textured yarn that was made from recycled waste from the ocean, plastic waste from the ocean. And then turquoise and orchid stripes. So the brim is the green, and then the alternate brim is the turquoise and orchid stripes. And then the chart from Missoni Accomplished of zigzags of hot pink and the same background black with the multicolor metallic.
Cute.
And it's real cute. It needs some kind of steam blocking, but it is done.
I've seen that at the studio, and it is very cute.
It's hard to miss. It's kind of big, and it's like really too warm. It's more of an it was more of an experience of like
It's an art piece.
that was a fun way to use yarn.
Yeah.
And it turned out exactly the way I wanted it to look. I don't know if I'll ever wear it. I think those are the things that I finished.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Headband, snake, hat,
A whole sweater.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything that they are excited about? What are you obsessed with this month?
Oh,
you got anything?
I wrote it down, so now I gotta find out where I wrote it down.
I can go first.
Yeah,
if
Anne
you
can
want.
go next. Katie can go first. Yeah.
Katie? Yeah.
I have a podcast recommendation. I've been looking for a new news podcast that I can listen to on the way to work, but that doesn't necessarily take up my entire commute because like I want to listen to my podcast or my book or whatever. So like something a little bit succinct, but that I can get behind. So I've been listening to the Daily Beans, which is 2 women who host.
Sorry about that. I was trying to pull something up, and
it is 2 women that host this podcast, and they do. Each episode is like, it varies. Maybe it's 45 minutes long, but they do all the news first, right at the top, and it's like bullet points for the day. They talk about, they explain it well, what's going on. So I feel like I'm being informed or staying informed, but they're hilarious, and they're like, the whole shtick is it's news with swearing. So if you want a little snark with your news, I highly recommend the Daily Beans.
I like it.
Allison Gill and Dana Goldbaum, I think is her name, are the 2 hosts, and it has been very enjoyable so far. So, and they've been doing it for a while, but
it's a bright light.
Yeah, and they also have they have different segments, and so the beginning they do the hot notes, which is here's what's to know about today. Then they have a segment called Good Trouble, so it's like if you want to do something, here's our recommendation for call this person and recommend this, or show up at this event and, show your support. Or we're recording this on February 27th. Their good trouble for today was to participate in the economic boycott tomorrow, or blackout tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So they give you a little recommendation of a thing to do if you want to be active. And then they have a segment for good news, which is like sort of like the mailbox where you can write in, and it's all like something good that happened to you, or shout out to a government program that you used that worked, or the one I was listening to today, they were shouting out now that I've started the sentence, I can't remember their name. It doesn't matter. A governor from the state that this person was in, a female governor whose name I can't remember. But it's just, something that they recommend, or something good, some sort of bright spot in this listener's life. And then they have what's called the pod tax, where if you're going to send in your recommendation and you want them to read it on the podcast, you have to send them a picture of your dog or your cat or something cute like a baby, or something. So it's all very positive, which I like a lot. So
I love that.
I recommend the Daily Beans.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that will probably be a really nice resource.
I have been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it as much as you can enjoy listening to the news in the year 2025, but
yeah.
I'm just the most full of rage I've been since I was probably 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hormones were hard.
Yeah. Anybody else have
I think I'm kind of obsessed and very happy anytime Instagram shows me a cute animal video.
That is good.
Those are making me have a lot of joy, which I haven't ever spent a lot of time like following the likes, the thing, like looking at the reels that my friends have liked, but that has been helping a lot. Like, look at this cuteness that Free Life Fiber.
Oh, look at those little goats.
They're hopping on the back hind legs.
Oh my god.
That's hysterical.
And the one I sent you guys the other day with the sheepdog being nuzzled by the sheep.
I got such a good laugh. Thank you so much for sending that.
I've watched that one several times. That came from a poster, Something with Wool. And it is like, it looks like a golden retriever, but it's a sheepdog. And he's being very stoic and staring straight into the camera. Well, a very friendly woolly sheep is
very affectionate
in his stuff and just nuzzling him.
Cute.
And the sheepdog is you, and the sheep is the next project, and it will not leave him alone. Which I am trying so hard. I told myself I owe myself 5 sleeves because I'm dying to start. Karin, have you seen? It's a sweater. It's a stranded sweater from Wool and Pine, and it's all over stranding, and it is meant for scraps. And I have gathered all of my woolen scraps.
What are you doing to me?
I'm a monster. I have, and Katie, you are the queen of scrap stuff. I had a lot of bits and bobs left from my worsted weight hat of the month from
what's it called? Because I'm
those wonderful people who designed the hat of the month.
Yeah, is that Fiber Company?
Their names. Yes.
Kelburn.
No, it's not Fiber Company.
It's not Kelburn Woolens. Yeah,
it is Kelburn Woolen. It's not Fiber Company, and I don't know why those are connected to me in my brain either.
I don't know why either.
I think it's both 2 women who own the companies. I think.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of came to my awareness around the same time.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they were the Fiber Company when we were at Anacapa.
Maybe.
One of them, anyways, I thought.
Maybe.
What?
That is a possibility.
What
so
is
I'm sorry, I was looking in my history, and that was a bad place to look. I need to look in my library where I bought the pattern.
Yes.
Voyage Pullover by Wool and Pine.
Ooh.
It is all stranded all the time.
Oh, I love that.
I have seen that.
That is a very
So I have a it's so perfect. I have all my. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
Like I have a perfect
that's
Yes.
awesome.
black and white tonal picture of my bits and bobs. I found some other like similar textured because
Oh, I
Germantown has a
love
similar
that.
feel to Cascade 220.
You
So I've
can't
just
go
got
wrong
like
with
a
that
nice
sweater.
palette,
Very
and I
pretty.
can hardly wait to start. But I promised myself 5 sleeves because I had one more sleeve to go on Traveler, which is done
Not
now.
anymore.
I had the two
Yeah,
sleeves on
not
Masoni
anymore.
accomplished.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a Caitlin Hunter, the Northerly, I think it's
Yeah.
called, that I had started two of, and I just need to do the sleeves on the first one. So as soon as those Northerly sleeves are done,
Nice.
I'm ready.
That's awesome.
So I guess I'm a little obsessed with waiting for that and animal videos.
Love it. Karin, what do you got?
Well, I usually don't have the brain space for very long to be obsessed for more than like a minute. But today I started getting into it's very nerdy. The U.S. House. It's called on YouTube. It's called U.S. House Clerk, and it is the daily happenings of our Congress or the yeah our representatives, the House of
House of
Representatives.
Representatives. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you'll some of it's like, oh, okay, they're getting up there just so they can congratulate this person, to commemorate someone who has passed, who was of service of their community, a constituent. A lot of times it's kind of spicy. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of get into this because you they have you can it's kind of fascinating the procedure. Who comes up next and why state why you're doing it, and they go through the same language. It reminds me of when my middle child did debate for a while, and when we had to go, there's certain procedures that you present and you say and back and forth, and
Mm-hmm.
like everyone's like, I'm just going up for 1 minute and this is what I'm gonna, and to say this, and if I and to expand on something, but they never, and then they go up and any leftover time they give back, so that, or one person will come up and they said, I've got 5 minutes, I'm going to give three of them to my colleague over here. He goes, that's all much you need, you need more. It's just kind of fascinating actually to see the daily workings of our representatives.
That's
The
cool.
Senate
That
does
sounds
it
like
too, but
C-SPAN.
it's not as interesting. Huh? Well, it's like what used to be C-SPAN, but now on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Nice.
That's cool.
That
So
sounds like some great background noise while I'm at work.
Mm.
it is kind of. I mean, a lot of times it's like they're up and I started listening to them, and then I try to skim ahead. But when they only are on there for 1 minute, literally, there's a lot of people there. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get
anyway,
through a lot of people.
that's my obsession for today.
That's cool. Well, all right then. Good job, everybody. Good podcast.
Yay! Yay!
Go
It
team.
was fun. Yep.
Thank you guys
Yay!
for listening again. If you want more from us, be sure you check out our Patreon at patreon.com/stringsunraveled. And we mentioned briefly our book club. We are reading The Parable of the Sower this month, and like Anne said, it is free on Audible. So if you want to join us, it doesn't cost you anything to read this book. But you
Mm.
should pay for it if you want to, because that's good too.
Octavia Butler's
Oh,
estate supports a lot of arts in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
so it does not hurt
Yep. Buy a
to
book.
buy it.
But if you are, if you want to read it, you could get it for free, which is also awesome. So, thank you, Audible. Which I'm not going to thank Amazon for much, but thank you for that.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's confusing,
Yeah,
but I'm
thank you. But
glad for it.
yeah, I think that's it. So we'll talk to you guys next month. Have a happy March.
Bye.
Bye.